So today I'm going to demonstrate how to use columns in a Word document and how to password protect that Word document as well. So firstly, let me share my screen here. We shall go into this Word document, which is already prepared. Now, the first thing that I would like to do is show you the entire length of the document so we can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4 pages and then some financial information and then some more pages. Okay, so if I want to use columns within this document for some reason in order to lay it out correctly, what I could do is either highlight all the text I want to appear in columns, so maybe just the first couple of pages here, I could do that, highlight this text, then I could go to layout, okay, and I can go to columns. I could straight away tell the document I want 1, 2, or 3 columns, okay? But if I go down into more columns down here, I can choose 1, 2, 3, left small column or right small column here. I'm going to tell it I want 3 columns. I could tell it the width of the columns and I could amend the width here and I can amend the spacing in between the columns. So if I want less space, I just decrease the amount here. Or equally, I can go up the way and increase. So I can decrease or increase as I see fit. You can see it happening here. I could tell it that I want a line between each column as well. And we'll see that in a minute. Okay, apply to selected sections. Okay, so just this section of the document which I have highlighted, or the whole document, I want just the selected section at this point. So selected section. Okay, and there we go. We can see that our columns have been inserted, okay? But what if I want the heading to be directly across the top of the entire document? In that case, I would go to my undo button, get rid of my columns there, and what we do is come back here, center this across, okay? And then I could select just this area of text here, layout, columns, 3 columns. This should maintain the heading at the top. Okay, I will now go back in columns, more columns, and I'm going to tell it now to adjust my spacing. I'm going to put a line back in. I like lines in. You don't need lines, but I like the lines in between the columns. Okay, there we go. And the actual width, I'm going to put down a little bit. There we go. The heading, the overall heading of the document is maintained up here. The information is produced in columns. Okay, but what's happening here? Just say that I wanted to force a column break, force this information to be onto the next column. What should I do? So I could sit here, okay, and back up. We're still in the layout tab. Where it says breaks, I would come down and I can say column break. And that forces that text to go into the next column and leaves a blank area down here. So this is how I lay out my columns, make them look nice and such like, okay? There we go. We can, from the home tab, we can go back and we can actually insert headers and footers as we see fit. Headers, footers. I could go in and I could put in, see, I could put in 3 different types of information here. So I could put my name as the author. I could put the title of the document. And over here, I could maybe, let's see, page number, format page numbers. Will I put page number in? No, actually, what I will do is put the date and time in. Okay, so date and time, I'll just put it in like that. Okay, so there we go. We've got today's date in here as well. Okay. To come out of the footer area, remember, double click back in the body of your document. Okay, if I want page numbers in, I can put them at the top, or equally, I could swap, I could put these at the top and the page numbers at the bottom. Design your document, make it lay out, follow the instructions that you have to, but make the layout as nice and as attractive as you can. Okay, so that's columns and headers and footers. What I want to do now is maybe password protect my document so that I can share it with other people, but they cannot make any changes. In order to do that, I would go to the File tab, Info, and then I would go to Protect Document. Okay, so once I click on Protect Document, there's different options. Always open read only, encrypt with a password, which is the one we're going to choose. I could restrict editing so that only certain people could edit it or different things, okay? But in this case, I'm going to encrypt with a password. It's going to ask me to put the password in there, and then if I type that, it's going to come back up again. Okay, so password. Let's make this easy to remember. Password. Press OK, re-enter the password, and then that password will be applied to that document. It's asking you to re-enter it in case you made a typing mistake first time. I'm going to cancel this in this case, okay? I'm going to cancel the need for the password because I will no doubt forget my password and won't be able to go back into this document again. But this is how you protect your document. It is very, very important that you make passwords memorable. You need to remember them. And if you're going to be leaving the organisation, you need to share those passwords with other people as well. Not the first time that in companies somebody has password protected a document, they have then left, got another job, and the company has not been able to open that document. Okay, so I'm going to come back in there. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to come back, and that is how you create columns within a document. You can add headers and footers. You can apply the columns to certain areas or the entire document, and you can password protect a document.